Hey, love, I owe you a vast, unvarnished apology, one that reaches far beyond a few hurried sentences and truly explores the depth of my remorse. From the very first moment you let me into your heart, you gifted me with a sanctuary of trust, a sacred space I should have cherished and protected at all costs. Yet somewhere along the road, I strayed, allowing shadows to gather in corners where only sunlight should have existed. Tonight, I want to pry those hidden doors wide open, exposing every secret, every misstep, and every fearful silence, so you can finally see the whole of me. No filters, no excuses, no half truths. You deserve to understand how deeply I recognize the magnitude of what I have done. You saw me as kind, dependable, and upright, and I rode the warmth of that belief like a soft summer breeze. But instead of honoring your faith, I chose to mask the messy parts of my reality, late night actions, and whispered decisions I knew would break your heart if they ever came to light. I convinced myself I was shielding you from pain, yet in truth, I was only shirking my responsibility to be the partner you believed me to be. With every concealed slip, another stone stacked onto the wall between us, quietly turning closeness into distance. I am not proud of those hours spent making choices that chipped away at my integrity. The harsh truth is that I failed the simplest test of love, honesty. A relationship cannot flourish on soil salted with secrets, and the fruit it bears will inevitably taste bitter. I see that now in painful clarity, and I know that by hiding pieces of myself, I denied you the agency to decide whether you wanted to walk beside me in full knowledge of my flaws. That was never my choice to make. It was yours, and I stole it. I am truly, unequivocally sorry. Perhaps you are wondering why I'm confessing all of this now. It isn't because the weight finally became too heavy, though it certainly did. It's because I realized that every day I stayed silent, I was rewinding our story back to the beginning, erasing every beautiful memory we had written together. Your laughter, your kindness, the way you reached for my hand in crowded rooms. You did all that in good faith. And I replayed those moments while knowing I was standing on shaky ground. The guilt has become a constant echo in my chest, and I refuse to let it drown out the music of what we could still become. I know apology alone cannot mend the break I caused. Words can soothe, yes, but they are weightless without matching action. So I am ready, eager, even, to do the heavy lifting that true reconciliation demands. Transparency will no longer be optional. It will be the very foundation of every conversation we share. If you ask me anything, I will answer fully. If doubts creep into your mind at 3 in the morning, I will be there, fully present, to speak truth into the darkness until it dissipates. Rebuilding trust is not a sprint but a marathon, and I am prepared to run it barefoot if that's what it takes. I also understand that you may need distance or silence for a while. Healing has its own timetable, and I cannot dictate it. If you need space, I will honor that without protest. If you need explanations, however uncomfortable, I will give them without defensiveness. Your feelings are valid, no matter how messy or contradictory they may be, and I will receive them with gratitude rather than judgment. The very least I can do is make myself a safe harbor for your hurt, just as you have been a sanctuary for my joy. It's easy to vow change when fear of loss is fresh, but sustainable growth is measured over months and years. For that reason, I'm committed to seeking help beyond us: therapy to unpack the roots of my secrecy, mindful practices to stay grounded in truth, accountability partners who will challenge me if old habits resurface. I refuse to let this apology be a pretty speech without scaffolding. I want every step forward to be visible, tangible evidence that I'm becoming the version of myself you were always willing to believe in. Please know that my remorse is not fueled by desperation alone. I am not only afraid of losing you, though of course that fear cuts bone deep. My sorrow comes from recognizing how much I have diminished the love you so freely poured into our shared life. I misused the daylight you offered, and for that I grieve. I miss the unguarded laughter we shared when morning coffee felt like a small ceremony. I miss the gentle certainty I heard in your voice each time you said my name. And I long, truly long, for the day when your eyes can rest on me again without second guessing what secrets might lurk behind them. If you can find a path to forgive me, I promise to treat that forgiveness as the rarest gift, never to be taken lightly. But even if you need time, weeks, months, however long, I will continue this journey toward honesty for my own integrity too. Because living half in and half out of the light is no life at all. And whether or not you ultimately choose to stay, you deserve to know that your courage to love me well has reshaped who I am at my core. Let me also speak to the future that still whispers to us, fragile but alive. Imagine waking up 1 year from now, the wounds turn to scars, tender reminders, yes, but no longer open. Imagine conversations where vulnerability is our native tongue and trust our shared pulse. Picture us walking through mundane errands, laughing at inside jokes, and realizing those old shadows no longer stalk our steps because we face them together. That vision is not a fantasy. It is a possibility waiting on the other side of hard work and radical honesty. Of course, the choice now rests in your hands. I respect whatever conclusion you reach because love must be freely given, never coerced. If you decide our stories should diverge, I will carry your lessons with grace and wish you peace in every sunrise you greet. But if your heart whispers, even the faintest, maybe, then please know I am here, present, accountable, and willing, ready to spend as long as it takes showing you that trust can be rebuilt plank by plank until the bridge between us is even stronger than before. Thank you for listening, really listening, to these imperfect words. Thank you for every ounce of kindness you have shown me, even when I proved unworthy of it. I am humbled by the magnitude of your spirit and the brightness of your heart. And whether we remain partners or become tender memories in each other's stories, I will forever honor the gift of your love and the lessons it has carved into my soul. With all the honesty I should have offered from the start, and with hope that healing, even if slow, can still find us, yours, in vulnerability and resolve.